It's Easter weekend, which means that Christians are celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ. But there may be an alarming trend when it comes to Christianity. Here's John Phipps.
I stumbled onto a study from the Public Religion Research Institute about religious practice in the U.S. It triggered several helpful analyses by experts, which were all struck by one particular trend, the sharp decline in white Americans identifying as evangelical Christians. I should note that this study separates out non-white religious data into their own categories. Christians of color are represented here in greenish shades, for example. But this is the graph that caught the most attention. The decline in white Americans identifying as evangelical Christians is sharper and more complicated than I had thought. The leveling out in the last decade of mainline church affiliation is equally surprising to me. I suspected that the success of megachurches was a big factor, but they account for only about 10% of all Protestants and have been growing more slowly recently as well. Since they are largely evangelical, that suggests that their success could be members shifting from smaller evangelical congregations rather than adding the unaffiliated. Deeper in this meticulous and impressively large survey was this result. The religiously unaffiliated, sometimes ironically called the nones, are not only growing and apparently absorbing most of the decline in other categories, but the trend is persistent. The groups of columns are 10 years apart, and the cohorts, that's the age groups, are 20 years apart, so we can kind of make some rough comparisons. For example, the 10% of unaffiliated 18 to 29-year-olds in 1986 aged into the 17% of 30 to 49-year-olds by 2006, and the 20% of 50 to 65s in 2022. The cohorts and survey intervals don't exactly match, but they're close. This holds true for other cohorts as well. One inference is growing older does not make it more likely for people to become churchgoers. In fact, it looks less likely. A contributing factor is megachurches don't stress membership as much as attendance, although it seems to me those who attend those churches would likely respond as identifying as. Nor is this decline due to immigration, since immigrants are slightly more likely to be religiously affiliated. I have no grand conclusions to draw from this other than, like Europe before us, the U.S. is becoming less religious, especially among white Christians.
Well, I'm sure many of you do have some thoughts on that. You can email John at mailbag@usfarmreport.com. When we come back, we're heading just down the road to Lawrence, Kansas for a classic John Deere 40. Machinery Pete, he has Tractor Tales coming up.